We are continuing our interview series on the margins of the Black Sea and Balkan Security Forum, one of the most relevant debate platforms concerning defense and security matters in the Black Sea and the wider Balkans region. My name is Sergiu Mitrescu. I'm the Program Director of New Strategy Center, and today with me I'm honored to have Sir Michael Fallon, the Deputy Chairman of the oil company General Energy PIC and a former British Member of Parliament and Secretary of State Defense from 2014 to 2017, having first been elected MP in 1983. Sir Michael had an overall responsibility for the armed forces and a budget of $35 billion at that time, and was in charge of the British contribution to the counter-Daesh campaign in Syria. Sir, since your tenure, the budget has increased to approximately £55 billion today, and it will hit £87 billion by 2030, according to Prime Minister Rishi Sunak's pledge to increase it to 2.5% of national GDP to ensure that Britain is able to project power on a global scale. How will that power projection look in the Black Sea region?
Well, I hope it'll be increased everywhere. We are deploying, as you know, in the Euro-Atlantic area. We deploy in the Middle East. We deploy in Indo-Pacific. These theatres are increasingly interlinked. And we see now this relationship between China and Russia, which is helping Russia in its efforts in Ukraine. And we see this destabilization in the Middle East. Now, we have already been committed to the region, as you know. Today, there are RAF Typhoons flying here in Romania as part of Southern Air Policing, NATO's policing mission over the Black Sea. And that will continue, as will the rotation of British troops on the eastern frontier of NATO. We have troops, as you know, in Estonia. We have some troops in Poland, but we will be continuing that presence.
Oh, okay, thank you. And what would be the main defense priorities of the UK in terms of equipping its armed forces for the foreseeable decade?
Well, we're investing very heavily in a new generation of nuclear ballistic submarines. That is our ultimate deterrent, and it's very important we do that. More countries have nuclear weapons now, and we need to be sure that we can protect our people from that. We are investing in a bigger navy. We are building at the moment more frigates and large frigates to be used in anti-submarine warfare, but also smaller general-purpose frigates that can be deployed around the world. We have 2 aircraft carriers now out at sea, and we are now looking to replace our Typhoons with the next generation of fighter aircraft. And we have a program we are developing with Japan and other countries to construct that new fighter.
And what about the land force dimension, given that we are experiencing war on the European continent for the first time on a large scale since 1945?
Well, we have to look at the size of the army. When I was Defence Secretary, I set the size of the army at 82,000. It has dropped from that. It's dropped down to around 70,000, and there have been issues of recruitment and retention which need to be addressed. We're no longer fighting. We stopped fighting in Afghanistan back in 2014, and that may be affecting recruitment if people can't see that they're being trained to use weapons, but then they don't actually ever use them. That may be one factor, but we must also, I think, adjust the armed forces to modern life and make sure that the careers that are being offered, whether the Navy or the Army or the Air Force, do fit in with modern demands for a proper work-life balance and the need to sustain family relationships.
Of course, and you're absolutely correct. Recruitment is and will continue to be a problem, not only for the UK, but for most European nations in the face of increasing defense demands. Well, thank you very much for this short but insightful chat.